If you're tired of the boring homogeneity in the smartphone industry, consider getting yourself a foldable phone. You'll discover that in this category, everyone is different, and each brand has its own product roadmap. Honor focuses on extreme thinness, and Xiaomi is getting better with every fold. Oppo is planting seeds in camera, Huawei is hard to come by, and Vivo has been working hard on hardware. Oh, and don't forget Samsung and Google Pixel, they are just enjoying themselves. With so much variety, it's quite lively. But how long can this last? The smartphone industry's hell mode escalated when Vivo first told the story of flagship first and then foldable. Fast forward to today's foldable world, and everyone is telling the same story. It's a compelling story, and I believe this is the direction that big foldables are headed. However, it's also a challenging story because we have yet to see another big foldable that outmatches Vivo's X Fold 2's hardware. While everyone is talking about the same idea that the big foldable should be flagship grade, upon closer examination, it seems like the X Fold 2 has been a goalkeeper on the field for quite a few months. The X Fold 2 might not be the most hyped foldable phone on the market, but once you understand it, you'll realize what you are still waiting for. Hello everyone, this is Tech33, and today we are going to review the Vivo X Fold 2. In recent years, Vivo has constantly brought some innovative changes to color, material, and finish on their devices. This time, the black version of the X Fold 2 I have on hand surprisingly gives the glass a texture similar to leather when touched. It is actually AG glass, but when you feel it, at least 80% similar to the included vegan leather protective case. This is something I truly didn't expect. For those who appreciate craftsmanship or leather goods, take note that this rear cover won't age like genuine leather. On the back, there are vertical stripes to added decorative touch, giving it a somewhat business-like appearance. The camera module design is reminiscent of the X90 series, but for some reason, they moved the Zeiss T-Star logo from the center of the lens where it was in the previous generation to the small text at the back. It's a bit puzzling, and I hope Vivo doesn't make such changes in the future. The device weighs 280 grams, which is lighter than their previous X Fold Plus by over 30 grams, but also heavier than the lightest foldable phones on the market by over 30 grams. In terms of size and weight, it seems like it's in the transition phase, serving as a bridge between the past and future. It feels a bit healthy when held and makes your pocket bulge when placed inside. I quite like Vivo's middle frame design, which has a unique combination of curves and straight lines with a slight inward curve. It appears more robust and less rounded than designs like the Huawei Mate X3, representing a different style of elegance. However, there's one downside. The indentation of opening the phone is shallower in this generation compared to the previous one, making it a bit more challenging to open. It takes some effort and may lead to a throw thumb if you try too hard. Overall, the exterior design is of good quality, but there's some sacrifice in terms of thickness, weight, and grip. This sacrifice is clearly made for the sake of flagship-level hardware. As mentioned at the beginning, the story of flagship first and then foldable. So let's dive into what the X Fold 2 has packed inside. First of all, it's dual 3D ultrasonic fingerprint sensors on both the inner and outer screens. This is a standout feature in the world of foldable phones. The unlock experience is incredibly satisfying, intuitive, and lightning fast. Coupled with the ability to unlock when the screen is off, every touch of the fingerprint sensor feels like poetry in motion. Secondly, there's the 120-watt wired and 50-watt wireless charging. Actually, I couldn't find anything faster. It charges 50% in 10 minutes and reaches a full charge in less than 30 minutes. Currently, other foldable phones have wider charging speed of 65 or 67 watt, but Vivo's X Fold 2's charging speed is a league of its own. It's like saying, while others are warming up, the X Fold 2 has already completed its entire training session. Thirdly, both the inner and outer screens are Samsung E6 displays. They're both super bright, and both come with a 120Hz refresh rate. On a side note, in the last two generations of Vivo foldable phones, the front camera positioning on the inner screen is quite central. I find this design inconvenient, especially when watching videos as the punch hole camera can obstruct content. I often wonder why they don't place the camera in the screen's corner like other manufacturers. Maybe they don't want your face to look distorted during video calls. Lastly, it features the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor with enhanced cooling. The X Fold 2 is likely the first foldable phone in China to use the 8 Gen 2 chip, and the fact that they're comfortable with gaming on this device is quite rare. In terms of gaming performance, it's currently the best among foldable phones. However, this is a feature that might not be utilized by many of their target users. So this is how Vivo pushed the boundaries of foldable phone performance, while everyone is trying to make their devices thinner and lighter. Now let's talk about some downsides and surprises. Firstly, the disappointment lies in the cameras. It's a bit of downgrade compared to the previous Vivo Foldable. I understand that camera performance might not be the top priority of the X Fold 2, and pushing it further might add unwanted weight. However, I can't help but feel a bit let down. Is it too much to ask for an upgraded main camera or even reintroducing the telephoto lens? Let's briefly compare the camera performance. With Dice optics, the V2 chip, and Vivo's image algorithms, it's certainly not bad. However, considering Vivo's capabilities, I believe they could provide better camera performance in the future. The pleasant surprise comes from the software. I was initially concerned about Origin OS, which has a useful visual style, being a mismatch with foldable phones. Just like how I mentioned in the previous video that MIUI's default theme didn't go well with the Leica 30 Ultra. But on the X Fold 2, choosing a darker wallpaper actually looks pretty good. I find Origin OS to be a system that might have a learning curve but becomes very enjoyable once you get the hang of it. It might seem complex at first, especially with the highly customizable homepage and extensive interactive pool. It can be a bit overwhelming for newcomers. However, once you set up your homepage and configure various components, it becomes intuitive. It lets you lay out all the information and functions you want to see and access easily. And the status bar can display dynamic information, making it very convenient. When it comes to optimizing for the foldable larger screen, Vivo has done a good job with features like split-screen multitasking and a global taskbar, all of which work well. Vivo also supports taking screenshots in split-screen mode separately. Additionally, when you close the phone in split-screen mode and then open the outer screen, it will automatically continue with vertical split-screen multitasking, a small detail I've only experienced on Vivo phones. Alright, this video should have ended here. The Vivo X Fold 2, a phone that prioritizes flagship features before folding capabilities, has shown us the limit on specs while maintaining a slim profile in the world of foldable phones. But as I experience the X Fold 2 and compare it to my X Fold Plus and Huawei Mate X3, I couldn't help but wonder if, in this stage where we can't break the laws of physics and space constraints, a foldable phone that's 230 grams is the optimal solution for the masses. Vivo might lack some of the outward beauty and innovative breakthroughs, but it still serves as a Max or Pro Plus option within the foldable phone realm. Different manufacturers are still exploring, and in the end, foldable phones may become just as varied as traditional smartphones. There might be a Vivo X5 Max, the world's thinnest, from 9 years ago, and we will also have the mysteriously polished Vivo X100 Pro Plus. We're more than halfway through the journey. Let's meet at the next intersection. And that's all for this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm Tech33, and I'll see you next time.